Donald Trump rushed out of the White House this morning, apparently to play golf. We're going to find out if that's indeed what he really went to do. But then he started posting memes talking about what he's now referring to as the Department of War invading Chicago. He's making no illusions about what he intends to do here. It's a meme of him with helicopters. He calls it Chipocalypse now, like apocalypse now. And it looks like the helicopters are attacking Chicago. And then Donald Trump writes, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War." So while in China, you have Xi Jinping with Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Prime Minister Modi of India. And of course, Prime Minister Modi of India no longer being allied with the United States after Donald Trump has continuously attacked India because Modi would not agree to say that Donald Trump solved the India and Pakistan war, which Donald Trump didn't do, and would not nominate Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. So Trump imposed 50% tariffs on India and trying to destroy India. While they're united in China, Donald Trump is posting memes about invading states in the United States of America. Utterly despicable stuff right there. And America's suffering from real problems right now as well. I mean, we've been reporting how manufacturing payrolls have contracted for 4 straight months. We have not seen this since the beginning of 2020 when Trump was in office. 78,000 manufacturing jobs were lost so far this year. About 40,000 of those jobs lost since Donald Trump declared Liberation Day, which I always called Liquidation Day. And we're learning more data as well about the people that Donald Trump is now putting in to try to manipulate or manufacture or fabricate data, because Donald Trump doesn't like that the data shows that he's utterly incompetent and awful. Remember how Donald Trump fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner because Donald Trump didn't like the previous jobs report that came out? By the way, this one was far worse. Well, now Donald Trump is saying we will not get good jobs reports or good economic data. He literally said this. Until 2027, he's now saying. It's going to take that amount of time for his people to get in and change the numbers. Well, now we're learning more details about E.J. Antoni, the guy from the Heritage Foundation that Trump wants to replace the commissioner who Donald Trump fired. Now, we previously posted how E.J. Antoni had Hitler's warships in his office. We previously posted all the horrific things that E.J. Antoni said, but CNN found additional stuff where he would post the most misogynistic, hateful, frankly, grotesque, sexual, pornographic stuff on a burner social media account. I can't even repeat some of the things that he would say about former Vice President Kamala Harris getting on her knees, and I won't even say the stuff, but it is as grotesque and pornographic and vile, like 4chan stuff that you would expect like some sicko, hope you wouldn't expect it at all, but like some sicko, deranged, psychotic human being. And he would post this over and over again, but he's the guy that the MAGA Republicans want to now run the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I think you get a pattern with these people and their behavior and why you have people like Jim Jordan. What was his claim to fame before leading the Judiciary Committee despite not having a law degree? He went to law school but never took the bar exam. Oh yes, he covered up a sex assault ring that was taking place at his prior job. That's what he did. He was covering that up at the Ohio State University. So make him a Congress member. By the way, not even to talk about the fact that one of the former Republican speakers of the House was like a literal pedo as well. You can go through all these people's backgrounds and they're disgusting. No wonder they're covering up the Epstein files like they did all week. So that was E.J. Antoni. Oh, look, everybody, another post this morning from the Department of Defense, which is unlawfully naming itself the Department of War. What are they posting right now? Oh, it's a photo of Pete Hegseth shooting, and it says, a warrior, a leader, a patriot, your Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, the former freaking Fox news weekend host. Oh, but wait a minute. They just, as I was recording this, they just deleted it. They deleted the video that falsely claimed that he was awarded a Bronze Star Medal for valor. Hegseth was awarded 2 Bronze Star medals for meritorious service, but not for acts of heroism in combat. Great work, Secretary of War. I mean, so freaking stupid. I mean, do they realize how weak they're making the United States look? Because they absolutely should. Oh, and by the way, while all of this is going on, Donald Trump is attacking our military and saying we went so woke after World War II. Here, play this clip.
We won World War I, World War II, everything in between and everything in front of it. It was called Department of War. And then we went woke after the Second World War.
No, I think during these times as well, it is critical that we understand the way a manipulation of the media is taking place. So one of the tools that I use, it's called Ground News. So watch this, for example. So this was a major story reported at the end of this week and today. Lots of outlets are covering it. How Donald Trump is weaponizing the government in his second term to settle personal scores. I mean, just one example that I'm giving, though, on the tariff front, how he gives exemptions and withholds exemptions based on how you suck up to him. But think about the example I even gave with India. We've just destroyed an alliance with India, which is a democracy, has its flaws, but is a democracy. We destroyed it because Prime Minister Modi would not agree to lie for Donald Trump and give him a Nobel Peace Prize and say Trump solved the India and Pakistan war. Because that hurt Donald Trump's feelings, there's now a stronger alliance that China has with Prime Minister Modi, and it makes us less safe. Just think about that example. So this article, 0% of right-wing media is covering it. 0% of right-wing media is covering it. How about this story? White House UFC event is set for June. Weigh-ins at the Lincoln Memorial. So they're actually doing UFC fights right now at the White House. Donald Trump is referring to the area that he destroyed in the Rose Garden as Club Rose Garden, and they're going to do UFC fights in Washington, D.C. I mean, do you know how stupid that just makes us look? It literally is more unbelievable than the plot of Idiocracy. 83% of right-wing media covers that. Doesn't this, if you just look at this comparison that I just gave you, 0% of right-wing media wants to cover how Donald Trump is focused on enriching himself, like $5 billion in Bitcoin money for him and his family, or $5 million in a new token, World Liberty Financial crypto token, not Bitcoin, crypto token. Sorry, I get it confused with the meme coin and the NFT. How he's enriching himself and how he is attacking his political enemies and hurting the American people and making American markets less desirable for foreign countries. But right-wing loves UFC, the UFC fight in Washington, D.C. I mean, really, that's what... You like that performative crap while Donald Trump is screwing up you and your family's lives and taking away your opportunities, and we're losing manufacturing jobs. So I have to stay up to date, all the news, all the time that I do, you know, as a podcaster, as a host of this network. So my source is Ground News. You guys, this is a subscriber-funded app and news site. Every day they pull in thousands of articles from around the world and organize them by story and then show you what the right is reporting, what the center, what the left is reporting. It's a game changer because as active, responsible citizens, we must get our news from reliable sources. In Trump's America, being informed about facts and media bias is the most important thing that you can do, I think. What do you think? But that's why we love Ground News. For every article, they also tell you, did a media conglomerate put this news out, or was it independent media? And then they determine whether media conglomerates have mixed or low factuality. Independent media seems to have a higher factuality, but you get all that with your Ground News Vantage subscription. I especially like their blind spot feature, which I just showed you what the right wing's covering, what left wing's covering. So join us right now. Go to ground.news/MTN, get 40% off the Ground News Vantage plan that I use every morning when I'm doing this video. That's ground.news/MTN, get 40% off the Vantage plan I use. They're subscriber funded. By subscribing, you're not only getting a tool we all need today, you're also supporting our work here on this YouTube channel. That's GRUND.news/MTN, ground.news/MTN. We pin the link to purchase your subscription below. Check it out. Now, what else is the White House posting as well? photos of Donald Trump, memes, alligator, Alcatraz, Donald Trump and alligators, as they mock the idea of migrants getting their bodies eaten and ripped to shreds by alligators, which I think is utterly a disgusting thing to happen and to be posting. By the way, Connor Lamb, who freaking should have been the senator in Pennsylvania of the Commonwealth, the Democrat, in my view. Anyway, he wrote a post today on MeidasTouch about the illegal boat strike in Venezuela. He's a Marine officer, a former prosecutor as well. He goes, I was taught in the Marines that the law was about discipline and leading by example. America is safer in a world where the rule of law means something. Remember, Donald Trump posted the video this week and said that he had killed, he said he killed Tren de Aragua, but when he showed the video, it looked like a tiny little 16-foot to 24-footer fishing boat. It didn't even look like 11 people were on there. It was in Venezuela's territorial waters. It was outside the territorial waters of the United States. The boat didn't look like it even had the fuel capacity to get to the United States. And we put 4 warships, 1 nuclear sub, and we used the American military power to just, if you take their word for it, just kill 11 people. And if Tren de Aragua engages in human trafficking, which we know they do, how do you know there's not innocent people on there that you just killed as well? How do we know the people on there weren't fishermen? Why haven't they released any information about it? Why did Marco Rubio say first this boat was going to Trinidad, and then they lied and said it was going to the United States of America? Connor Lamb says, the strike could never satisfy the legal principle of military necessity. If we knew enough to know there was illegal drugs on this boat, how could the strike be necessary, since we could so easily convict these people in court? And we don't sentence drug dealers to death. Drug trafficking is sophisticated and complex. Serious investigators allow you to move up the chain. Here, the chain dies with the 11 people on the boat. So we took out cocaine, not even fentanyl that causes most overdoses, with no idea where it came from. Fail. It wasn't even there's no even accusation that it was fentanyl. If this is allowed, what else? Could a future Democratic president assassinate people on the high seas for the massive wage theft that goes on, thereby suppressing the demand for American crews and fair wages? Could they have killed Epstein on his yacht? Of course not. What the hell is going on here in the United States of America right now? But with all of this going on, what's Donald Trump focused on as well? You have Donald Trump talking about grass, the life of grass. He goes, grass? It lives 4 lives, everybody. This is what he said outside the White House in an area of concrete that he's calling a club. Here, play this clip.
We're going to fix the roads. We're going to fix the medians. We're going to clean up the place. We're going to put new grass in all the parks. You know, you don't know this. Grass has a life. You know that, Mike? Grass has a life like we have a life. It's so long. Guess what? It expired about 40 years ago in these parks. There's no grass on half of them. We're going to regrass them with the best guys in the country. We're going to grass them by people that do Augusta in Georgia, people that do the great golf courses of the world. We're going to have the most beautiful parks. We're going to fix the curbs. I noticed some of your curbs are broken. You know why? They're hitting them with a hammer so they can pick it up and throw it at the police. But not anymore. They're not. Not anymore.
And here was Donald Trump saying that we are not going to have good economic data, not just this year, not just next year, but we're not going to have good economic data until 2027. Why 2027? So he can make up the next thing in 2027 to blame, oh, it's the Democrats' fault why the economy. The Democrats came into Congress. I had a golden age. And then the Democrats screwed it up. It was Jerome Powell's fault. It was too late, Powell. He screwed it up. Anyway, here, play this clip of Donald Trump saying that.
Percent GDP, and now I'm hearing 3.2% and 3.5% and all. And our big year won't be really next year. I think it'll be the year after, because when these plants start opening up.
And that's where we're at right now, folks. We'll keep you posted every step of the way here at the MeidasTouch Network. As always, hit subscribe. Thanks, Ground News. And check out MeidasPlus.com as well. Have a great day.
New Meidas merch drop. Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. All at store.MeidasTouch.com.